All right. Hello, everyone, and thank you for being here. We will now be showing off our fantastic admissions panel through a fireside chat where information will be presented in a conversational manner. I have a set of pre-existing questions that I will be asking, but if anyone in the audience has questions of their own, feel free to interrupt me. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome the admissions panel. And to start off, I think it would be great if we could just go through a list of all of you and hear about where you're from, what you do, and just the whole gist. I suppose we can start with you, Alvin.
All right, good afternoon. My name is Alvin Conteh. I'm Assistant Director of Admissions and Recruitment. I'm at Morehouse College. I'm originally from Fort Valley, Georgia. I've been at Morehouse for going on my third recruitment cycle. I love what I do. I'm actually recruit the West Coast for Morehouse.
Thank you. Ellie?
Hi, everyone. My name is Eli Hall, and I'm a Georgia Southern University freshman admissions counselor. I'm originally from Augusta, Georgia, and I have been doing this for about 3 years now, and I'm excited to share some information with you all.
Thank you. Hey, Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren Williams. I'm with Athens Technical College in Athens, Georgia. I'm actually also an Athens native, a Clark Central graduate. So I'm happy to be here and share this moment with everyone. So.
Thank you. Isavo, or is it Lasavo? Sorry.
Hi, could you repeat the question again?
Sorry, we're just going through and oh, my apologies. I don't think you're on the panel. Sorry, I was just given a list shortly. Okay, and then sorry, Adam, you're our last.
Absolutely. So my name's Adam Calhoun. I'm with Kennesaw State University as an admissions recruiter. I'm originally from Pike County, Georgia, which I imagine is a little bit smaller than the rest of the towns that have been mentioned already, but I cover really North Fulton as well as the majority of South Georgia and Middle Georgia for Kennesaw State, but I've been doing this for about 1.5 years now. Thank you.
All right. Thank you guys so much. So I'm going to go through questions, and then if we could just answer them in that same order, that would be great, just so it has a flow. But if anyone is super eager to answer something, feel free to take it ahead. All right, so the first question is, what are some of the strongest or most reputable degrees that each of you offer?
All right, at Morehouse College, we have about 32 different degree programs with the 7 academic divisions. Probably our most known programs are business administration. We actually send the most amount of African-American men to Harvard Business School every year. A very strong biology program with a medical school literally being right down the street, which is Morehouse School of Medicine. We have one of the best film schools in the country in terms of our cinema, television, emerging media studies program. And probably one of our most popular majors on campus now is our 3-2 dual degree program, which is a partnership that started with Georgia Tech that allows students to start at Morehouse, complete their general curriculum in 3 years, and then complete their engineering curriculum in 2 years with one of our engineering schools. And some of those schools in our partnership are Georgia Tech, Notre Dame, University of Southern California. We also have another HBCU on the engineering list, and that's North Carolina A&T. So I would say those are probably our most notable or popular academic programs at Morehouse right now.
Yeah, so here at Georgia Southern, our most notable colleges, I would say, would be our College of Engineering and Computing. That is one of our largest colleges and is one of our biggest student population-wise when students are choosing a degree major to choose from. So under that college, we have everything from civil engineering to electrical, mechanical, things of that nature. And then the next top two would definitely be our College of Business and our College of Education. Just a notable mention, our College of Education also includes a special education major and degree program for students that are wanting to do that. And of course, outside of that, we do have a wonderful nursing program, and it is a secondary admit program. And we have 2 campus locations that students are able to choose from with that nursing program here.
Okay. And I'll also go with Athens Technical College again. So we are a pretty unique institution. So we're a community college. We have associate degree level programs. So some of our more notable ones are probably going to be our health programs. We have nursing, we have physical therapy assistant, radiography, vet technology, surgical technology. So those are some of our more popular health programs within the institution. And then we also have a lot of technology, engineering, and manufacturing. So we have welding. So many of our students in that program are hired before they can even graduate. Great earning potential within these programs. We also have some shorter programs such as commercial truck driving. We all know that truck drivers are a huge need within our country right now and getting that supply chain going again. So a lot of these programs really get to these high demand job markets. We also have machine tool technology, which is now called our precision tool machining. We have electrical construction. So a lot of great hands-on programs that students are able to get a lot of good experience to get right into job markets.
Awesome. So with Kennesaw State, I graduated with a degree in business. So I always like to think that we're the best when it comes to degree programs. But we also offer some incredible programs in things like nursing, really some incredible facilities and opportunities there if you're interested, one of the best in the country when it comes to that, as well as a number of offerings when it comes to things like architecture, only fully accredited bachelor's degree in architecture in the state of Georgia. So that tends to do well for us on kind of the engineering and sciences side of things. But other than that, traditional majors as well perform well for us. So education, as well as more of the traditional sciences and the broad range of engineering that we offer.
It's really cool to hear the variety of majors and degrees being offered, from welding to truck driving. That's awesome. Engineering and business. But often students come into college and they don't know quite what they want to do yet. So do your universities provide opportunities for students to take non-core curriculum classes as a first year, or how do students navigate finding out what they want to do with their lives?
Well, the first thing that I recommend on our campus at Morehouse is for students to visit our career development engagement office. So a lot of times when freshmen come in, they don't know what they want to major in. So our career development office provides a lot of resources, whether it be providing a skills assessment where you can actually take an assessment and find out, where your skills and passions lie in terms of how they relate to your major in a possible career. So definitely the first step I would recommend would be for students to visit our career development office. And aside from that, they provide career fairs on our campus, resume workshops, job fairs, how to prepare for an interview, and all those skills when you get ready to graduate. But definitely explore the career development office on the campus when you start as a freshman.
So yes, here at Georgia Southern, we do have 141 majors and degree programs to choose from. So that can be a little bit overwhelming for students. So for students who don't know what they are going to major in or still trying to figure it out, we do have an undecided, or what we call exploratory major, that they can declare and be able to knock out some of their core classes, their general courses, but still have that time and space to kind of figure out what they'd like to do. Much like Morehouse College as well, we also have a career and professional development office that offers resume building opportunities, the like skills assessment as well. So students who are still figuring out, please make use of that student resources that you could find on like campuses and institutions.
At Athens Technical College, we definitely have a lot of opportunities for that. So we have 3 different level of degree programs. So associate degrees, which is really going to give you the most transferable credit for your institutions, diplomas, and then technical certificates of credit, or TCCs, are going to be our lowest credential. And those are usually actually program specific classes that you are taking. So you can get, for instance, as I mentioned, welding before, we have a TCC in there, and it's 3-4 classes of actual welding work that you're doing. And you can actually use those TCCs as building blocks to work your way up to associate degree levels. So we definitely have a lot of opportunities in all of our divisions to get some hands-on experience right up front. The exception to that would be a lot of our health programs. They are competitive health programs. So students have to work through some core classes before they be able to get into those programs. But we do have a lot of TCCs that we offer for students to get direct hands-on experience.
So I will definitely mirror some of the other things already said here. I definitely recommend working with your academic advisors that we have, as well as other institutions will have as well, to really guide you through, because not only in career planning, but academic advisors as well can kind of help you navigate the path you want to choose once you do select a subject. And it is worth noting as well, with KSU as well as other institutions that have tons of opportunities, you also don't have to go in one box or the other. So we had someone just graduate with a degree in biology and a degree in dance at the same time, at two completely different kind of degrees. But at the same time, it is worth noting that you kind of have that flexibility and the ability to do so. So whether you're taking an engineering class and want to take a business course to explore whether you'd want to own your own business, you do have that flexibility. And it's worth remembering that it's not necessarily a box you have to put yourself in for a certain degree program. You have a lot more flexibility when it comes to the college end as far as what options you have.
Thank you. It's really great to hear all the resources available. Often students are pretty aware that when you come to college, you have an advisor or someone to help you along. I was wondering if you guys would be willing to highlight the important social or academic resources that a student would have other than an advisor.
In terms of those resources academically, in Morehouse, we have our Academic Advisement Success Center, the Frederick Douglass Academic Advisement Success Center, located in the middle of campus. So they provide a variety of resources, whether it be tutors, opportunity to get additional time with your academic advisor, and just a variety of different resources that can assist you in your coursework. In Morehouse, we are a huge proponent of mentorship. So many of our academic programs are majors. We'll provide you or match you with the upperclassmen in the major you're in to assist you in terms of navigating the transition from high school classes to college classes. And also be that resource for you if you're in terms of your major. So you'll be matched automatically with someone as a junior or senior if you need that that mentorship in terms of your academic program. We also, mentorship is a huge part of the Morehouse experience. So our faculty are involved in mentorship opportunities, our staff as well. So that is a huge part of being on our campus and a huge part of the Morehouse experience.
Yeah, so at Georgia Southern, while we know that students need to be academically successful, we also invest in our students' mental health and physically as well, because that's a direct line of academic success, and we can see that through many studies. So here at Georgia Southern, we do offer the Counseling Center, and students are able to have 12 free counseling sessions here at Georgia Southern, because that transition from high school to college environment can be tough. So we want to make sure that everyone's okay and safe and mentally prepared for that as well. We also have a health services where students can come get a flu shot, or if they're feeling sick, pick up some prescriptions, different things like that. So all of that is going to be on campus in-house. And both of these resources are located on our two campus locations, one in Statesboro, Georgia, and the other in Savannah, Georgia, which is our Armstrong campus. And of course, academically, we have everything from the Student Accessibility Resource Center. So students who might be struggling, whether they have a physical disability or a mental disability like ADHD or ADD or something of that nature, we have that office to give you extra time on exams and different things like that to aid that academic success. And of course, we have our library, our Henderson Library, and our writing center. So students who might want help with essay writing or taking a class that they're not familiar with and it includes a lot of writing, we have that writing center in place to have students be as academically successful as possible while making sure that their mental health and physical needs are also met.
Okay, so we do also have a lot of academic and social resources within our institution as well. We have a free academic tutoring center that is, we have our main Athens campus, and then we also have staff throughout all of our satellite campuses that are there to help students. We also have a free writing center. Then we do have our Student Success Center. So we have our disability services for students needing accommodations. We have 2 counseling coordinators. We have a veterans liaison within our Student Success Center. We have what's called our Special Populations Center that works primarily with students that are in economic need, maybe single parents, single expectant mothers, displaced homemakers, English as a second language, foster homeless. So we have resources there. Some of our more popular things that we have are a lending library for students that can't afford to get textbooks. We have a library that they can apply to get books through. And then we also have recently obtained several electronics such as Surface Pros or laptops that we're able to loan out to students free of charge that might feel that need. And then we also do have a career services within our Student Success Center. So we have online platforms that students can work through resumes, interviews, cover letters, whatever it may be, job search. And then just not even limited to our Student Success Center, our faculty and staff are always there as resources. And then if we're not able to assist students to the degree that they need assistance with, we do have a great relationship with a lot of community partners within all of our service regions that we will set students up with as well.
All right. Well, this is getting tricky since most of us cover most of the same things. So I'll try to be a little bit different with mine. But something that was really great that was highlighted as far as tutoring goes, I will tell you even departments will have their own tutors at times to really help you, especially something like engineering with physics. They like to hire their own people, so you don't have to, as well as you have your regular free tutoring options at KSU, writing centers and things of that nature as well. And something that was highlighted, all these different groups exist at these schools, and it's really crucial that you use you're either paying through fees or otherwise receiving these resources. And it's such a great opportunity when you reach out to these groups because they're there to help you. One thing I think might be different is that we just started up our own retention team whose whole goal is to put all of those academic success groups together and bring awareness to them, because students are less likely to reach out to them until they need that at the last moment for a test or whatever the case may be. So it is definitely worth mentioning that they're there for you. It is worth really knowing who they are before you really run into trouble with whatever the situation might be, because again, those resources are there. You're already either paying for them through fees or just at the college.
You're on mute.
Sorry about that. Thank you. Okay, I said it was great to hear about the counselors, the physical and mental health support, the Student Success Center, as well as the departmental tutors. I would like to dive a little deeper into the resources allocated to convert a high schooler into someone who will be employable, specifically career fairs, resume building, and interview practice, because I know I can speak from my personal experience. I didn't know how to do much of that coming into college, and my university helped a lot. But if you guys could touch on that yourselves, that'd be wonderful.
I have to go back to our Career Development and Engagement Center. That is what they do on our campus at Morehouse. So as you just mentioned, they'll do anything from skills assessments to resume writing, to how to prepare for your interview. Our career development office will actually help you put together a 4-year plan to help you navigate what type of clubs, what type of student life activities that you need to be involved in while you're on campus at Morehouse, to make sure you're getting the most out of your college experience, and to make sure you're preparing yourself in terms of making yourself more marketable once you get ready to look for that job. So it all goes through our career development engagement office. We also have partnered with several Fortune 500 companies who specifically come to Morehouse to recruit our talent. And Morehouse has a reputation for preparing young men to go out in the workforce and be able to go whether into a Fortune 500 company, to a top graduate school, or start their own endeavor, and make sure that they're able to be prepared and excel once they get into those opportunities. So again, I have to circle back to our career development engagement office. They do a fantastic job. And another part of that as well, in terms of our, we have an alumni network at Morehouse where we pair students in specific majors with a Morehouse man who is doing well in terms of their field, whether it be business, whether it be STEM, whether it be entertainment. So we do have a database of Morehouse men who we match our recent graduates with to help them navigate that job force. So we do it with our engagement office and also with our alumni.
Well, I have to say, I think Alvin kind of hit it right on the head there from Morehouse. So I'm definitely going to echo all that he said about the Career and Professional Development Office, because it's the same here at Georgia Southern. But I'd also like to mention that we also host career fairs, really large career fairs on each respective campus at Georgia Southern University. So not only are we inviting some of our more industrial type businesses to come, but also like Gulfstream and the Savannah Airport, maybe some small mom and pop shops for students that are interested in selling their homemade art crafts. So different ways for students to create their own partnerships and internship opportunities, and really kind of expanding their social capital and networking skills. So that's going to be a really important resource if your college or university offers a career fair like that.
Okay, so at Athens Technical College, I'll just leave it that we also have a career services that's pretty much along the same lines as what's been said. Within a lot of programs, we also bring in a lot of industry partners, so students are able to network that way. So many of our programs also work at clinical sites. So again, that's a lot of students get hired that way. And we actually have employers calling our school frequently. Like our automotive program gets calls constantly looking for new recruits that have gotten the skills, the industry training that they need within our college, and they're trying to hire them. And like I said, in our welding program, we have people calling up and hiring them before they even graduate. So a lot of our programs are high demand jobs within our region, within our state. And that's sort of how we decide on some of the programs that we do offer within the community college. And then there are other opportunities that we partner with community career fairs that we work with through that. But definitely career services is a great resource as well. So.
Yeah, definitely. I think most of the other panelists here definitely cover some main things when it comes to career planning. And something I will say is, at least for Kennesaw, that we've done specifically well is get people to come in. So whether it be companies, whether it be corporate offices like Target, for instance, when they sent people down to come speak to our students. Every Wednesday, they try to have an organization in or have a luncheon with people who are CEOs and things like that. So I think it's really good to know that there's always kind of people always coming to look for you, the student, to fill their needs there, whether it be organization or company and things like that. So across the board, you have those opportunities. So it's not so much a case of going out there all the time, because sometimes they're already where you are on the campus, or having an event like a college fair as well, and they're going to be attending there to hire students or have internship opportunities. So definitely something to be excited about when you come to an institution, to know that it's not always going to be just you having to go search, or you're having not only career planning and development office, but also the organizations coming to you as well, which is a great advantage to have.
Thank you. It was good to hear about the career resources. You all slightly touched on my next question by referencing networking alumni, but I was wondering if you guys have any specific ways you engage alumni with graduating students or students that are still in college.
Yes, so at Morehouse, a lot of our alumni are heavily involved with students on campus, whether it be mentoring, whether it be internship career opportunities. We have some of our alumni who actually serve as guest lecturers. Spike Lee, filmmaker director, actually serves as a guest lecturer for our CTEMS program, which is Cinema, Television, and Emerging Media Studies. And he is a proud Morehouse man. So our alums are heavily invested in terms of making sure that they're connected with students who are getting ready to graduate from Morehouse and helping them navigate that job search and that career search, and helping them plug into their networks that can assist them, whether it be with the Fortune 500 company, a film studio, or what have you. So, you know, Morehouse is a special place, and our Morehouse men, and that's what we call graduates of Morehouse men. But they take on that responsibility with pride in terms of making sure that, you know, our graduating Morehouse men have the resources and, more importantly, the network to be able to connect with decision makers in pretty much any industry.
So yes, here at Georgia Southern, we do have an alumni association that we invite all of our graduates to join after they've graduated from Georgia Southern, whether that be with an undergraduate degree, a master's degree, or a doctorate. So we have that alumni association established. And Georgia Southern also has a really cool thing as well. I'm sure most of you are familiar with like the Forbes 40 under 40. Georgia Southern has Georgia Southern's own version of that called Georgia Southern's 30 under 30 and 40 under 40. So not only are we having alumni kind of help and guide our students, but that's a really great way to see how Georgia Southern graduates and what they're doing years later and how successful that these students can be. So for instance, I was able to get in contact with someone that was in the 40 under 40 that was doing research that I was interested in. And I was able to kind of tag on and help them in their research efforts for sickle cell disease. So that's a really awesome opportunity for students, and kind of just looking for those little things with alumni and past graduates through various institutional alumni associations.
We also do have an alumni association within Athens Technical College. So we do have alumni that come back and speak with our programs, or maybe after they've worked in their industry for a little while, they may come serve on boards that we have that oversee our programs and just make sure that all of our programs are running current, up to date. What are the industry trends out there? So they give back in a variety of ways. We've even had some events in the past where they may raise money for scholarships for our students as well. So we do have an alumni association as well that all of our students are eligible for, even after their first semester with us. So even prior to graduation, that they can join that organization. So
we'll definitely highlight the same things as been mentioned already. It's getting tricky in terms of our alumni association, and kind of what they do definitely mirrors what is done at other institutions there. So definitely what's strong is kind of the professional development end, whether it be in mentorship opportunities that we have, or additionally with people who are hiring students. We have companies, a manufacturing company here in Marietta, Georgia, just south of our Kennesaw campus, actually has alumni that are running the company and are actively hiring our students for internships and job opportunities specifically, just because they really want to give back and know that the strength of the programs is there, along with serving on boards that we'll have people do. Another great thing is scholarships that alumni give back to KSU. And I think that speaks to really how great our population is, the fact that even once they leave us, they still want to invest in the institution and see it grow and the opportunities grow for students. We had a couple of days ago a scholarship for computer science get invested by some Southern Poly grads from back in the 90s. So it's just awesome to see even now those opportunities growing more and more as more and more students graduate.
Great. Thank you for the detailed responses. Next question is, how should a student ensure that a given college is the correct fit, whether it be from a social setting or their acclimation into the college itself?
I would say, aside from doing your regular research, the most important thing you can do in terms of determining which college is the right fit for you is to visit. So I know high schools, college counselors or advisors provide, a few visit opportunities a day for students to take off of school and go visit colleges. Please take advantage of that. A lot of students choose colleges, in my opinion, for the wrong reasons. Maybe based on if their friends going to that college or the college sports teams or what have you. I've heard a variety of reasons that, in my opinion, are the wrong reasons to choose a college. The best thing that you can do in terms of seeing if it's the right fit for you directly is to take a visit, tour the campus, speak with faculty, speak with staff, speak with current students. A lot of colleges have opportunities, whether it be open houses, whether it be counselor days, whether it be admitted students days. We do all those at Morehouse. The best thing you can do is visit the campus and speak with students, staff, faculty who work there to see if it's the right fit for you.
Yes, I definitely like to echo that sentiment of just boots on the ground, come and visit our campus. I know here at Georgia Southern, we both have in-person and virtual opportunities to tour our campus. So even if you can't come down all the way, say for 4 or 5 hours, or even out of state or internationally, definitely take that advantage of us offering those virtual tours for you. So you at least get a piece of that experience that you could if you were to be boots on the ground and here walking our campus with our Southern ambassadors. I'd also like to mention that not only just like visiting the campus, but also making sure that that college or institution that's on your list has all of the resources you need. So whether you need some kind of accommodations, making sure that that institution can accommodate you how you need them to, whether if you have dietary restrictions, making sure that dining facility has options for you to be able to eat healthy and safe meals. So different things like that. It can span so far and wide, and definitely visitation, but asking those more detailed questions as well.
Definitely would reiterate a lot of what's been said, but one thing you may look at is class size. If you're able to have opportunities, there's a lot of colleges will do something like a freshman experience day where you're actually able to go in, sit through some of the lectures on classes, meeting some of those professors, instructors, seeing what clubs and organizations, because that's also an opportunity. You can't get everything in a classroom. So seeing what other opportunities they have on campus that can help you get some skill sets that you may not get within a classroom. Looking at affordability, again, does the school maybe offer additional scholarships? What might be the location of the school within a community? What resources are they close to? There's so many options to look at, but definitely I cannot reiterate enough, if you have the opportunity to visit the campus, because that's what's really going to give you the true experience of what that campus is going to be like. Virtual is still a great option, but again, if the option is there to be in person, that's definitely going to play a big part in your decision making, I think. So.
Yeah, same thing for me as far as visiting in person. It's how I made my decision to go to Kennesaw State. I can say that it's really just one of the strongest things in terms of you being able to see what exactly it looked like for you to be a student there, because you're walking the same walk you'd be making from class to the dining hall, whatever the facility may be. And it's really just nice to have that experience to kind of see that, while also being able to, if you need to ask questions to the financial aid people or the group that handles financial aid and scholarships they're there on campus. So you can certainly ask them questions. And I think especially something like an open house is especially helpful, because for us, it allows you to see housing as well as tour our campus, ask questions to faculty, eat in our dining hall for free, which is definitely my favorite part of it. But just a really good overall kind of encapsulation of what it would be like to be a KSU AL or at whatever institution you're going to go to just for a day. So you can kind of get everything that you wouldn't necessarily get if you were just looking online.
Thank you for your insights. My next question has 2 parts. First, if you could highlight one aspect of your university that you would love an applying student to know, what would it be? And 2, how should an applying student best make their application stand out?
Oh, wow, those are fantastic questions. In terms of Morehouse, just a little background. If you weren't aware, Morehouse is an HBCU. We're a historically Black college. We're also a men's school. So we're the country's only historically Black private liberal arts college for men. So one cool thing about coming to Morehouse, although we are all men's school, is that we are part of the Atlanta University Center. And one of the great aspects of that is that we have cross registration. So as a student at Morehouse, you have the ability to take classes at our sister school, which is Spelman College, or all women's HBCU. You can take classes at Clark Atlanta University, which is the co-ed HBCU. So a lot of students have reservations when they hear that, we are all male school, but you're going to have Spelman students, Clark Atlanta students in your classroom. So I would say that to a certain students' reservations about coming to an all-men school. Can you repeat your second question again?
My second question was, how would you encourage a student to best make their application stand out?
I definitely recommend, first of all, to make sure whoever writes your recommendations, choosing wisely. Because you want people to be able to speak well of you, who know you well, and can speak detailed for you, specifically in terms of your academic background, your leadership ability, and your character. So choose whoever writes your recommendations, choose them wisely. And on your application, anytime you have the opportunity to write an essay or to speak about yourself, make sure you take that opportunity seriously. When we read applications and we read essays, we want students to stand out. We want you to highlight what is special about you. Everybody has something special about them. So make sure you take that opportunity to stand out with your when you write essays in your applications.
Could you just repeat the first question for me?
The first question is, if there's one thing that you would love an applying student to know about your university, what would it be?
Yeah, I think my favorite thing, and as a former student and then now as a Georgia Southern alum and professional, the amount of investment in student celebrations, whether that be culturally or religiously or anything of any identity. So whether that be from celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month to Independence Days and having that cultures and countries food brought to our campus so students can try different things, our dining hall having different cuisines available for students. So really just immersing in all of the student culture and identities that all of our students bring to the table, because those are so important. So I love seeing that and thoroughly enjoyed experiencing those events and celebrations at my time at Georgia Southern. I will say I'd like to echo as well with, so Georgia Southern does not require an essay or a letter of recommendation for application. However, if you have that, we will always take that. I personally enjoy reading letters of recommendations and things like that. So again, be your own hype man. Don't be humble about things you've accomplished. We want to know all of those things. That's the time to be a little bit braggy, especially when you're applying for scholarships or our honors college, or you want a certain leadership position here at Georgia Southern University. That is the time to really shine and hype yourself up on paper, so we get a chance and a little bit of insight to know a little bit more about you as a student.
So some of the highlights about Athens Technical College is we have small class sizes. So it's a low student to instructor ratio. So you may get a little more one-on-one time with instructors. Our affordability is key. So even if you're a student that aspires to get your four-year degree, Athens Technical College is a great place to start with that as well. We do have a lot of articulation agreements with USG, so that's University System of Georgia Schools, as well as some other private institutions where our credits are going to transfer to those institutions. So an affordable way to get a start. Again, with all of our programs, you are getting so much hands-on knowledge. Our instructors have been in the industry for years. So they really know the work within their programs of what they're doing. So you're going to get a lot of great hands-on experience within our programs. So I can't stress that enough. Our programs are awesome. Every time I take students around, I just want to enroll in each of our programs if I just had time to do it all. As far as our application process, we are a much more flexible application process for our school. So really, we're just looking at the requirements of submitting your application, getting official transcripts, test scores, whatever that may be. We don't require essays, or the only time that you may have something more competitive is when you're applying to those health programs. But again, that's looking at your merit within this institution, looking at grades. So once you get into college, just use the resources, ask for support that you need to do well in those schools. But again, as far as the admissions, we don't require the additional essays or anything like that. It's just kind of the rolling acceptance for our semesters.
So for me, if I were to relay one thing about Kennesaw State that I do love, is that you're really able to make it your own. I can tell you from meetings we have, the biggest investment we're putting in is to all the resources to make it the best experience we can for our students, whether it be with retention, whether it be with student organizations, being able to create your own organization, you're able to do that. Even start your own teams. We recently got an esports team this last December because the department and the students in computer science wanted to have an esports team. So that's really something that I love about Kennesaw State, that we're able to really provide that, but also have that opportunity with so many different degree programs and groups of students from all over. They're able to really make it their own. And I just love that. I loved it as a student, and I love it now being to be a part and getting to be a part of that. That culture of just being able for a student to make it their own opportunity. And I really just enjoyed that. But as far as our admissions, Georgia Southern makes it easy because we're going to be fairly similar when it comes to that. We're not going to require any application or with a SAN for admission into Kennesaw State. We do have an honors program, which has a couple of essays, I think, for their application process overall. But really the thing that's great about already having things like recommendation letters or an essay, things like that, is there are opportunities like with jobs or internships, and especially scholarships, that opens up a world of possibilities if you're able to provide those, to have more opportunities to say go for a scholarship that you previously wouldn't because you didn't have kind of all of that stuff already together for you. So definitely some things to think about, even if it's not just for application. It's always great to have at a moment's notice to be able to represent yourself through someone else's writing or kind of your previous history of stuff you've done. It's always great to talk about how great you are at doing some things, especially when you're trying to apply for a job or otherwise. So it's definitely something to consider.
Thanks, everyone. So I was going to ask my final question, but I think we're running out of time because you guys were just killing all the other questions. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate y'all being here and helping out these students and our team as well. I guess to wrap, if anyone has anything else they would like to highlight or any closing notes they have, we would love to hear them. Thank you guys so much. Maggie, do you have anything you want to input?
No, I just wanted to thank y'all for your time and energy today. I know this is a Saturday afternoon, so we really appreciate you all being here. And I think it's great that we're recording this too. That way, all of this can, be a long-lasting resource for students that have questions related to this, particularly to your respective institutions. And I mean, I'm a student at UGA, but it was honestly so cool to hear about all the different offerings and just the opportunities and support offered to students at every single one of your institutions. So once again, we really appreciate you all being here today. And to echo Preston, does anyone have any final notes just for students or anything?
I may just say one final thing. I mean, everybody represented here comes from an amazing institution. I just want prospective college students to understand Georgia has such a wealth of amazing universities. So everybody has something different or unique to bring to the table. So it's just a matter of finding the fit that's right for you. But really, with all these institutions, you couldn't go wrong. They are going to get you the skills, the knowledge that you need to be successful, not just in your career, but in life in general. So I just be open to everything and just give each institution an opportunity. So.
I think I'd like to say just one thing to the students that are listening now or might listen to this later is just ask questions. I don't know what you don't know if you don't tell me. So ask all of the questions. There are no such thing as dumb questions, only questions that aren't asked. So just ask the questions. I know it can be nerve-wracking when you're going to a college and you know, a little bit overwhelming. But, you know, write them down if you need to. Have, you know, something in your phone, something in your notes, but always keep asking questions, because the more questions you ask, the more information we are able to give you as admissions counselors to help you on your journey to pick a school.
Alrighty, with that, we'll stop recording. Thank you all for your time.